Good morning. In this lecture, we are going to see the disjoint set data structure, and this is actually given in the textbook, our prescribed textbook format, data structures for disjoint set. And this we have already used in our Kruskal's algorithm, the disjoint set operations. And here the problem is maintain a collection of disjoint dynamic sets, okay, S1 to Sn. And here the important properties are each set is identified with a representative, and who is going to be the representative. For example, our set S1 is equal to 1, 2, 3. Then any member of the set can be the representative. For example, S1 equal to 1, 2, 3 and my representative is 2. Then 2, if you are searching for 1, 2 or 3, the answer will be the representative name. Okay, representative is some member of the set. It often does not matter which element is going to be the representative. And if we ask for the representative twice without modifying the set, we should get the same answer. Okay. And here there are three important operations in disjoint set operation: make set, find set and union. The first one is make set. Make set is a very simple operation. It will be creating a set, creating a new set with x as the only element. Create a new set with whose only member is x, and this x is going to be the representative of that particular set. This make set also we have used in Kruskal's algorithm. I hope you recollect that. Make set will be creating there each set consisting of one vertex, the initial vertex alone. And make set is a very simple operation. It will be creating a new set with x as the only one element, and this is going to be the representative. And union is nothing but x is a set, that is a representative, y is another set, then we are taking the union of x and y, and remember they are disjoint set operation, therefore I need not repeat, they are going to be the disjoint. Then the original set won't be there. Destroy sets x and y. Okay, create a new set, that is a union of the sets containing x and the set containing the y. Destroy sets x and y. Original set won't be there. Okay, this is an important property of union. This also we have used in Kruskal's algorithm. And find set x means it will always return a pointer to the representative. Okay, and these are actually the important three operations. Okay, find set, union and make set. Okay, I'll show you an example for all those things. And here you can see there are three sets. The first set is 3, 5, 7, second set is 4 to 8, third set is 9 and fourth set is 1, 6. And they are actually the disjoint set. And here some elements are colored in blue, that means they are the representative. 3, 5, 7, the representative is 5, 4 to 8, the representative is 8, and 9 only one element, that becomes the representative, and 1, 6, 1 is going to be the representative. And here if I am going for find set 3, then the answer will be 5. Find set 5, the answer will be 5. Find set 7, the answer will be 5. Find set 2, the answer will be 8. And find set 1, the answer will be 1. And find set 4, the answer will be 8. This is actually the find set operations. Okay, find set will return. Find set is going to find set will return a pointer to the representative of the unique set containing that particular element. And here you can see 3, 5, 7, 4 to 8, 9, 1, 6 are the sets. Then union 5, 1 means union of this set, not the union of 5 and 1. Union of set containing the element 5 and union of set containing the element 1. These two sets will be united. That means finally it will be 3, 5, 7, 1, 6. And who is going to be the representative of the new set? It can be either the representative of the first set or the representative of the second set. It doesn't matter. Okay, here they have kept the representative of the first set. Then destroy the original set. These two are actually deleted. Then the remaining sets in the collection is 4 to 8 and 9. And here if we again go for find 1, the answer will be 5. Find 4, the answer will be 8. Find 9, there are no confusion, the answer is going to be 1 alone. Okay, these are the basic operations in disjoint set, find set, union and make set. Okay, then the analysis of this disjoint set operation is actually in terms of the number of elements and the number of make set operation and total number of operations. Okay, we will see the analysis at the end actually. And here one application of this dynamic set is dynamic disjoint set data structure is dynamic connected components. And here for finding the connected components of a graph G equal to V comma E, you can see here for each vertex do make set V means each vertex is going to be an individual set, and that vertex itself is going to be the representative of that particular set. Then if you take for each edge UV, then find set U not equal to find set V means if their representatives are different, it does means that does imply that they are not in the same set. Then you can unite them, take the union, and this union will destroy the original sets also. The union set is there in the thing, and this we have used in Kruskal's algorithm. And if they are same component, find set U equal to find set V, then return true, otherwise return false if they are in the same component. And this actually we have used in Kruskal's algorithm. This is an application of disjoint set data structure, connected components. Okay, here you can see the connected component algorithm, and this one is the example illustrating this. Initially each vertex is going to be the set, make set A, B, C, D, and here it is E, F, G. There are different graphs. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 graphs. One is G and H, and G, F and E, F, G, then H and I, then final one is J. Then you can see here the next one is BD. BD means find set B not equal to find set D. Find set B means B, find set D means D. Then union BD. Then B is going to be the representative. Then B and D are destroyed. Then the number of remaining sets for this graph is A, B, D, C. Then EG means E and G. Here you can see. Okay, this example very easy to understand. And one implementation is linked list implementation of the disjoint set. And here each set is represented as a linked list. Each node of a list contains the object, a pointer to the next item in the list, a pointer back to the representative for the list. These are the elements of a particular node. Okay, please see that in the case of linked list implementation, a node of the linked list will be holding that object plus a pointer to the next item plus a pointer back to the representative of the list. Here you can see the set is CHEB, C, and there will be again a head pointer and a tail pointer. Head pointer will be pointing to the first set, that is a representative, and the representative will again have a pointer to the representative to the same set. H will have a pointer to the representative, E will also have a pointer to the representative, B will also have a pointer to the representative. Apart from that, each node has a pointer to the successor also. Then find set E will return C, find set H will also return C, find set B will also return C. Okay, this is how the linked list implementation has been done, and FGD also in the same manner. And here the implementation of the operation make set X means create a new linked list whose only object is X, and find set X means return the pointer back to the representative. This is actually the find set, make set. Then union, append X list to Y's list using the tail pointer. That is why we have kept a tail pointer. Union means a tail pointer, we will be doing that. Update the representative pointer for each object. After making the union, you have to make the representative pointer back to the first list representative or whoever is going to be the new representative. Then weighted union heuristic is actually not in the syllabus, that is why I am skipping that. And here this is going to be the union of those two previous set. Here you can see using the tail pointer we have taken the union and all. Okay, this is just for your information. Okay, all these were not part of your syllabus. The next one is how we can make the optimization for this union make set, then find set operations. Okay, another improvement another implementation. Apart from linked list implementation, another implementation is tree implementation of disjoint set. And here this is going to be disjoint set forest. Each tree represent one set. Okay, these are very important. Each tree represent one set. Each node contains one member of that set. Each member points only to its parent. And who is going to be the parent? That I will explain. Each root contains a representative and is sits on the parent. Our root element is going to be the representative and root element parent is the same element. And this is how it is represented. Okay, C is the root element and its parent is the same thing. That is why an arc directed to C itself. H parent is C and B parent is also C and E parent is also C, and here G, D, F is also represented another set using another tree, and these two trees together disjoint set forest. And here you can see whenever find set B means B, we will reach to B's parent and H to parent, then C's parent is C itself. We will terminate and return the answer C. That means we have to traverse like this. Okay, and this is the only problem in the case of this implementation. Find set E means each find set operation will give you the name of the representative, and actually the representative is the root, that is the C. Therefore find set E means we will reach C, then we will search for its parent, that is C itself. Therefore finally C will be returned. Okay, how many operations we have required? Okay, before that let us go for union of E comma G. That means the set containing E and set containing G. This is the set containing E and this is the set containing G. Then what we are going to do? We have to take the union. And who is going to be the root of the new tree? We don't know. Maybe the representative of the first tree or maybe the representative of the second tree. And here they have taken the representative of the second tree as the representative for the union tree. Therefore F is going to be the parent. Then F's left child will be the left set and F right will be this D and G. And this is the new union, that is union EG, and these two trees will be removed from the collection. And the implementation of the operation makes set X creates a new tree with only one object, that is X. Find set X follow parents pointers from X to the root, then return pointer to the root. Okay, that is why I told you find set B means follow pointers to the root, then finally return the root pointer as the answer. That means you have to visit. Union XY make root of one tree point to the root of the other. Any one of the root you have to make the final root, then you have to take the union. Okay, these are the important operation. Please see makes it, finds it and union. And here the analysis is a series of n union operation could create a tree that is linear chain of n node. A find set operation could then require O of n. You have to traverse through all the edge in a linear manner. Sequence of m operation will be O of m square, that is quite large. Therefore we will apply some heuristic for improving the performance, and these are actually union by rank and path compression. And running time cost using both these heuristic are O of m into alpha of mn. Alpha of mn is the inverse of actually Ackermann's function. Okay, if you don't know Ackermann's function, it doesn't matter. Okay, we will see at the end how we have got this running time. Okay, union by rank means make the root of the smaller tree, that is fewer nodes, the child of the root of the larger tree. That is actually union by rank. Don't actually use size. Actually there is a rank. Okay, use rank. Rank of a node is height of the subtree rooted at that node. Make the root with a smaller rank into a child of the root with a larger rank. This is actually the heuristic applied. You have to see this. And when we use union by rank to merge two trees, we always choose the shorter tree to merge with the taller one. This is very important. This results in a combined tree. How it is going to help us? It will help us to reduce the overall length of the tree so that the find set operation is going to consume less time, and this results in a combined tree that is no higher than the taller of the two trees. The only time merging two trees produces a taller combined tree is when both original trees were of the same size. What are the implications of union by rank? A root node of rank k is created by merging two trees of rank k minus 1. So a root node of rank k has at least 2 raised to k nodes in tree. And if we started off with n elements, there must be at most n by 2 raised to k nodes of rank k. Consequently, the maximum rank is log n. So all trees have a height less than or equal to log n. Therefore, find set and union have a running time of log n. Okay, this is actually the conclusion. How this union by rank is going to help us. Okay, these are simply some arithmetic. This already we have discussed. What is this 2 raised to k height and how we can go with that. Okay, let us see that. Then path compression used during find set operation to make each node of the find path point directly to the root node. Okay, how we are going to do that? See, this chain will find set A will follow the path to its parent, finally to the root. And instead of that, path compression means instead of making like this, each individual node you make it directly point to the root node. You can see here, each individual tree or node you make directly pointing to the root node, and this will give you a reduction in find set, and it can directly give you find set A will directly give you the answer F, find set B will give you the parent F, CF, and this is actually the path compression. You can see path compression during the operation of find set. Arrows and self loops at roots are omitted. Okay, why means this is self loop will be there because F is the parent of F itself, and triangles represent each triangle will be a tree, subtree. Then same set after find set A will directly point to the F. This is actually the path compression. And for implementation, for each node we will maintain an integer, that is a rank. If rank is 0 for a new subtree made with make set. Okay, whenever initially we are using make set, the rank will be 0. Find set leaves rank unchanged. Find set operation does not make any change in the rank because it simply returns the parents or the root pointers identity. Union makes the root of higher rank the root of the new tree, and p of x is going to be the parent of the x. Rank of x, p of x. Okay, these are the two parameter. And make set x means p of x will be the parent of x will be, it will be creating a set with only that element. Therefore, p of x will be x and rank of x will be 0. Find set x means if x is not p of x, then p of x is equal to find set p of x, then return that p of x. Okay, that chain you have to travel. That is a recursive call. Then link. If rank of x greater than rank of y, then parent of y will be x, else parent of y will be x will be y. And if rank of x equal to rank of y, then rank of y equal to rank of y plus 1. Just increment the rank. Then union of xy means link find set x comma find set to y. These they are in the different set. Link is actually linking the tree with the parents. Okay, this is actually the operation, and if we use both union by rank and path compression, then the running time n equal to 0 to 2 elements, then it will be 0, 3 element it will be 1, 4 to 7 it is 2, 8 to 2 0 4 7 elements it is 3, then after that it is 4, it is m into alpha and 2, and here are some values for alpha n. Okay, this is going to be the final analysis. An analysis of disjoint set, and this is actually the Ackermann's function. Amn is going to be n plus 1 if m equal to 0, m minus 1 comma 1 if m greater than 0 and n equal to 0. Otherwise it is going to be m minus 1 into a of m comma n minus 1. And this Ackermann's function grows extremely rapidly faster than factorial and exponential, and alpha is 1 by a, that is inverse Ackermann's function, then it grows extremely slower. Okay, that is why we have used alpha. Alpha is actually the inverse, therefore it grows extremely slower. And disjoint sets may be represented by several different data structures, lookup table, linked list, trees. We need to perform certain operation on this disjoint set. The choice of data structure dramatically affects the running time of this operation. Therefore, choose an appropriate data structure. Okay, thank you.